TigerBee.com.
Hello to all of my TigerBee.com family and supporters out there. Welcome back to another video of my Inktober, Birdtober, and all of the Tober challenges. Let's start. Welcome back to day 2. So if you happen to miss my first installment of this year's Inktober, which is my first Inktober challenge, I'm including several other October challenges for artists. For those who are new, I like to keep everything nice and easy and light in the beginning, so everything will be sketched out first and then brought in later with detail. I'm starting to like the figure that I've created, so I'm going to move on. Right after the bat, as you can see, I have Candle. This comes from the Inktober challenge for the month of October. You can see I'm happy with where I am, so I'm going to move on to the next day. For those who are unaware of my work just yet, I always include a page flip. Just something I've always done and will continue to do. It's become a part of so many pieces I've created. The next challenge I'm including, obviously as you can tell, is just a duck. I'm looking forward to seeing your reactions in the comments as to how this plays out, because right now it's just a sketch, but once all the shading is in, it becomes a totally different world. This challenge right here comes from the Birdtober challenge, which is a Cuban trogon. Now that I have my concept art created from scratch with the ink tool on Procreate, I'm gonna go back in and add some slight details. I'll do my best to keep everything sketch-wise so I can move on with my schedule for today. But knowing me, I'm probably going to put a little bit more effort and detail in there than I should. I haven't drawn a spider in probably a year now, so it's nice to return just to keep it within my forte from time to time. Like I said, the work that I'm trying to do, I'm trying to keep it nice and light and sketch-wise. So where I am in the process feels pretty okay for me. Next, I move on to the bat, just giving him a nice little outline so that way I can fill in the layer and then go back in with my white ink just to add the highlights. At this point in time, I'm probably mentally going back over where I want all the lights to come from. And because the candle is right underneath him, I want to make sure that that feel is being brought through with the shadows and the highlights. I needed to make sure that I do everything correctly, so I fill in the back, empty the center, and then I move on from there. Using my brush to give it a little texture, a brush that I created from scratch, I like to make sure that the background has a little more texture versus a flat feel. Next, I move on to my page flip, something I've done over 1,000 times. As you can see, I get through it pretty quickly. Next up on the list is the duck. I wanted the duck to have more of a background spooky feel, or that is a little more afraid of the setting. So I keep the highlights strong and add just texturized shadow around him. Next, moving on to the Birdtober challenge. This bird is particularly something I haven't drawn before, so I want to make sure that everything is really pushing through to showcase this bird's differences from the duck. I actually ended up doing more than one layer just to make sure that I'm comfortable with the sketch work that I'm going to be putting out there. Making sure that he blends in with the story, I wanted to give him the same texturized feel as the duck has. Adding in a little more details here and there, finishing up the surrounding areas just before I go into the candle. To me, the candle isn't the focal point of everything, but it is the main part of the story. So I didn't want to give it too many details, but I did want to give it a little life. Giving it a little smoke to fill out the whole story. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Be sure to return for the next installment of TigerBee.com. Also, don't forget to follow, subscribe, like, love, and share.